Hello! What's going on? Hey, I'm here. Are you here? I'm here. I'm tired. And I'm uncertain. I've recorded this video 3 times. This is the 3rd attempt. Because I'm just confused. What's interesting is I don't even know. There's this part of me that's like, I don't really want to film. But then there's this other part of me that's like, yeah, I want to film. Okay, that does not help me make a decision. And what's funny is today I want to talk about discernment. Oh, there's a fly flying around me. And discernment is the ability to choose something. And what's funny is I am struggling to discern if making a video would be the best for me or not. But I think it is I've decided that it is what's best for me. Because the things that are making me not want to film are superficial. Like my hair. I don't like the way my hair looks right now. And another thing that's making me not want to film is that I'm in my luteal phase of my cycle. So like my inner fall. And fall is when things are getting slowed down, tired, a little irritated. So I'm like, I don't feel like light and bubbly. I can't be seen. But why not? Why not? So discernment is something that can make me almost feel irritated because I get stressed out about it. I'm the type of person to get really caught up on choices, and if the choices are right for me, wrong for me, like is this a good choice? Is this a good choice? Is this a good choice? Is sitting here a good choice? Is wearing this shirt a good choice? Is like everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, is that a good choice? So what immediately comes to mind then is how I have all the Gemini energy in me and how I have a Mercury in Libra. So it's like Gemini has all those choices. Libra, Mercury wants to weigh out all the options. So is this a good choice for me? How do we discern that? And if you have anything in your life right now that you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot tell if this is a good choice for me or if this is what I should do, keep hanging out with me, because I do have some ideas that might actually kind of help you have a breakthrough or kind of move through those feelings of self-doubt, of confusion, and so on. So I sat down, I did a little journaling about discernment, and I realized that discernment, it comes from within us and not externally. Like we can't look out into the external life that we have to decide if something is a good choice for us ultimately. That could maybe be a part of it, but it can't be all of it. We have to look inward. How do we look inward? Like meditation, mindfulness, stepping away from screens, going outside on a walk without your phone. Leave that shit somewhere else. The car, at home, wherever. Not with you. And just tap into the present moment. Because often when we feel anxiety about like decision paralysis, or like, is this the right choice? Is this the right choice? It's because we're trying to force an answer to come through, and we're not just allowing the answer to emerge. And the only way that we can allow an answer to emerge is if we make space for it to show up. And if we're like drilling ourselves, trying to like, tell me the answer. There's no spaciousness in that. So it would be more effective to like take a nap than to like keep ruminating on the choice that you're debating. And this is all advice I need to take. Like, everything that I say and share is stuff that I need to hear, you know? And I just hope that somebody else needs to hear it too. I hope. It feels really nice outside. The weather is cooled off, and like you can just feel that fall is gonna be here soon. And I'm not rushing it, that's for sure. But this is such a bittersweet time of the year, I feel like. Everything's still alive, everything's still green. I can still wear this little tank top outside. But in my bag that I have with me, I have this really cozy Sherpa, because it is a little chilly. Now that I've been sitting in the shade here for some time, it's a little chilly. But back to the topic of discernment. Another way that we can utilize our discernment is, again, by recognizing that it comes within, but what part that it comes from within us is our soul, not necessarily our mind, and not necessarily our feelings. Because our feelings can be really attached to trauma responses, our thoughts can be really attached to fears, but the soul kind of surpasses all of that. So it's coming into a place where you are able to tap into your innermost self and deciding from there. And that can be hard, especially when we are living in such a loud time. There's so many distractions. There's so much screaming at you for your attention. So if there's something in your life that you are really unsure about, and you're losing sleep over it, and you're stressed out about it, and you're pacing back and forth wondering, is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? Is that blah, blah, blah. Chill out. I love you. Take a beat. Recognize that you cannot force the answer. But what you can do is make the decisions that'll help the answer emerge. So again, meditation, yoga, connecting with the body, sitting next to a tree, putting your bare dogs, your feetsies on the earth, coming into the present moment and letting that anxiety just melt out. That is what's going to help you come into an area of discernment. Now, if you want something that you can kind of use your mind to help you discern, when I was journaling about this, a couple questions that you could ask yourself, I think, would help guide you. And one of those is it in alignment with your values? And is it in alignment with your highest self? Is this a decision your highest self would make? If it's in alignment with your values and it's a decision your highest self would make, to me that feels like a green flag. A green light. Same thing. Feels like a go. Feels like a good option. If it's not in alignment with your values, and if it's not a decision your highest self would make, well, maybe it's not the right thing. Even if you have like this strong feeling of like, but I want it. That stems from the old you. The old you wants it, especially right now, because we are engaging in some crazy changes and lots of shedding of old ways. And when we feel vulnerable and we feel like a lot of stuff is changing, we tend to hold on to old ways. Did you see that? We tend to hold on to those old ways because they give us a false sense of safety and comfort, and that's what we are searching for when we feel a little unstable. So if that's you, if you're finding yourself kind of dipping your toes back into old ways, old habits, old ways of being, me too. I encourage you to remember what it is that you want, what your values are, where you're going, what you want for yourself, and to make your decisions based on your higher self and your values. And that'll help you discern if what you're doing is actually going to benefit you. Now, on the flip side of this, I want you to remember that even if you make the quote wrong choice, the bad choice, whatever, a choice that kind of steers you away from that highest path for a little detour, but of course a detour is always still on the path. That's okay. Sometimes the detour is required. To not shame yourself, to not judge yourself, to not show yourself like anger, because that's just going to keep you stuck. But if we're able to just see that you kind of dipped into some old habits and you're like, you know what, I understand why that happened, I love you, I still love you, and I'm going to make a different choice going forward because I know that that would be better for me and for where I want to go. It comes down to being compassionate with yourself, loving with yourself, accepting, forgiving, and patient. And allowing the answers to emerge. There's a lot in my life right now that I'm like, is this the right choice? Where is this coming from? Like, why do I want this? And it's hard to tell. Like, it's not easy. Like, I say this not from a place of like, oh, I've mastered this, so let me tell you. Let me tell you how it's done, folks. No. I'm confused. And I'm doing this to kind of help myself remember and come into little flies and come into a deeper place of trust and understanding and ability to discern. Take a deep breath with me and let it go. Remember, it's all gonna work out. Ultimately, there is no wrong choice, because even if you make a choice that might like hurt you, like in a sense, or like kind of set you back, it's all a part of the fun. You know, sometimes we gotta make a mistake in order to learn, in order to realize, because mistakes are a part of the learning process. And I do also want to kind of highlight the fact that there is no right or wrong choices, ultimately. Because everything exists on a spectrum. And ruminating on, is this right, is this right, is this wrong, is this wrong? I've spent hours of my life there. I get it. But do yourself a favor. I'm talking to you, self. Chill out. Take a nap. Go on a walk. And then reassess. Because that rumination is just your anxiety. And it's not going to get you anywhere. Nope, it won't. Speaking from experience. But if you take a beat, relax, the answer will emerge. So whatever it is that you're feeling a little stressed out about and you don't really know what to do, let this be your sign to take a deep breath, to relax, to realize that you're going to make the right choice for you. And that you can do that without stressing yourself out so much. And that you're safe to mess it up. You know, you're safe to make a mistake and learn from it. And ultimately, you are safe. You are loved. and you're doing beautiful things. So I want to thank you for spending some time here with me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening. And I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of your day or your night. And please, please do me a favor. If you haven't already had lunch, have a delicious lunch. And if you're already past the time where you had lunch and it wasn't really that great, make tomorrow's lunch phenomenal. I don't know why, I just want you to have a really good lunch. I want to have a good lunch. We all deserve a good lunch. Okay. That's all for now. I love you. Goodbye.